down over my ass, and I start fingering my ass. Oh, I feel a little dizzy.
Kevin laughs hysterically for a full 11 seconds. It was just as funny the second time. That would be fucked up. Suddenly it was like you lose sense of... Sorry. You lose sense of place, you just start playing with yourself.
I understand why this is generally newsworthy item. For the sake of quote-unquote hero's dignity, could you have cut the last 14 minutes out?
You're funny, dude. This is cheese. I was just trying to get something out of it.
Then they're like, being that you're in a bank, you grab a roll of quarters and start fucking yourself with the quarters. Is it safe to say that this wasn't very heroic? That you did in fact enjoy it? And I'm like, well, they necessarily have to be mutually exclusive.
I don't feel that...
Look, sometimes a good is also a bad.
Is it gross to laugh at our own stuff?
I don't know, it's funny. Well, in the end, I think it's safe to say that people are alive, whether I was playing with my bunghole or not. Whether I decided to give a little something back to myself, you know. You saved everybody. It doesn't matter. What would it matter if you started playing with your asshole? I mean, it would be the most fucked up thing in the world.
And every time they showed it, they had to air it unfucking cut. And it was just like...
Everyone's like, oh, here it comes.
All you hear is...
That would be hard to live down.
When the news reports run, they don't air that shit uncut. But they do run a few seconds of what is very clearly me blowing a dude from overhead.
Yeah, there would probably be a blur around the general area.
Yes. Why they'd show it all is beyond me. They wouldn't show fucking 26 minutes of it. But then Geraldo Rivera, 2 months later, is doing a special report, Inside Probe, you know, the bank holdup.
The bank dick.
The true story. And they run the uncut monitor footage, and it turned out to be the highest rated program that's ever been on television. Like whatever MASH's final episode was, plus the 50 best Super Bowls ever played. They probably haven't played 50 Super Bowls yet.
No.
I don't know. The 10 best Super Bowls ever played. Like those ratings, essentially 96% of the world
is watching. In China, they're like, oh my God, is he touching himself?
Can I ever go outside again?
See, actually, to me, what makes it interesting is the idea of doing something completely heroic that people just laughed at.
They're disdainful. They're just like...
Even if you don't play with your own asshole.
Like...
That reveals a lot about you.
Like somebody, after the dude leaves and shit, and as the cops are arriving, and I speak to some of the hostages, and a few of them are like, I'm so glad you saved my life, but you're going to hell for what you did. I'm like, what?
Or some people are like, hey, you know, thanks.
You're not good at it. You got fat.
That took long. That took too long.
There were many times you could have killed us. Why couldn't you have blown him quicker? Hostages rebel.
He he might have killed us because you suck at it. It'd be like that weird thing of like, you would always have that anywhere you went. Even if you walked into a room, there'd be 4 people like awkwardly clapping. Here's today's hero.
It was so watched that discounting kindergarten classrooms, if you walked into any room,
it was just like the moon landing.
80% of the people recognized you.
It'd be hard because you would always go down as the guy who went down.
Because there's footage of you in interview too, but also they bought footage from one of the hostages who had a cell phone camera. He was shooting it all at a different angle of you. And he intended to put up on YouTube, but then somebody bought the footage instead, so they had somewhat close-ups.
Because you got to figure the adrenaline of the moment would make you do it. You're like, I got to do this, I got to save everybody. And then a year later, you're just like, oh man.
You've become the biggest fucking punchline on the planet. Maybe bigger than O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, because if you tackled the dude, removed his gun, and saved the day.
Everyone's just like, you fucking hero.
Way to go. They'd give you the keys to the city.
But you didn't have any choice. You weren't like, give me that. He made you do it.
What, like you're running him? I'll save us?
The dude's like, hey, puts one in your fucking scalp.
It's so horrible. Guy pulls out a gun, you just run at him and start trying to unbuckle his pants. Everyone's like, what the fuck was that?
Like you get 2 feet toward him, get thrown back 4 feet from the fucking gunshot. Everyone's like, holy shit, oh my God.
Everyone's like, what were you doing? You're like, I was just trying to suck his dick.
Oh, thank God, it was just a shoulder shot. I was trying to suck the man's dick to save our lives. If you must know, figure it out, stupid. Push on this. I think head is always the easiest way to solve any issue. All for it.
That's what we should do. The UN should just be a bunch of rooms where we're like... Ecuador? You gotta go suck somebody else's dick.
I don't think it works on global politics. I think it's more if I ever encounter trouble. I know I'll be able to handle it.
All for head?
Yeah, because I always carry my trusty mouth. Wherever I go.